Good morning, everyone. Today is a general reading for Taurus. Please excuse my voice today. I'm recovering from a cold. In fact, this card kept coming out when I was doing the pre-shuffle. The Knight of Swords. It was quite determined to come out. Every time I put it back into the deck, it kept flipping out again. Now this is my new Jon Snow card. It really makes me think of Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. But what I'm getting from this is that you may have had a time, Taurus, of healing, a time of introspection. Perhaps if you have been working from home, you've taken that time to kind of do a little bit of soul searching, a bit of reflection about your life, about what you want from life. I do get a sense that this man is praying. He's holding his sword, possibly wishing, praying. And I feel like they have a journey up ahead as well, as the wolf is his companion, is facing forward, and he's sort of heading in that direction as well. Actually, they're actually facing backwards, so there may be a sense that you need to return to something, and this may feel like some sort of battle for you, something from your past that perhaps you need to deal with. What I didn't notice at first as well, this is a new deck for me. This is the Tarot de Nuit deck. I only got it this week, and I haven't noticed this before, but there's this crow or raven here at the bottom of the card. Now, as I was setting up for the reading and shuffling and getting the camera set up, I could hear the crows that live on the rooftops around my house, and they were really cawing, sort of really trying. I feel like they try to get my attention sometimes, so they were really cawing, and I was thinking, well, what are you trying to tell me, crows? And then I noticed this crow on the card, so we may have a theme here. What are the crows trying to tell us today, Taurus? Now, I also have some songs for you. I woke up with some songs in my head this morning, and it was like a playlist. I had 3 songs come through, and they came through back to back, sort of playing the whole song in my head, and then the next one would play. So I kept on writing them down as I got them, so I could tell you, just in case they have any kind of relevance to your life, to your reading today. But I got, of course, because it's always Billie Eilish. I got a Billie Eilish song, and it was My Strange Addiction. My Strange Addiction. The next song that to come through was Tori Kelly, Your Words. And the last song to come through was In Love with a Psycho by Kasabian, I think it is. I love that song. So yeah, I'll put those in the description below, and you can go and check them out and see if they have any relevance to what's going on in your life, any extra messages for you. Of course, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, so I'm going to do I'm going to pop Jon Snow back inside the middle of the deck there. We'll see if he comes out during your reading. So I'm going to do a past, present, future reading, heart space, thoughts, action space, and then I'm going to pull some clarifiers. So let's get the cards pulled as quickly as we can, and then I can move on to the interpretation. If you don't want to see me pulling the cards and you just want to jump to the interpretation, I'm going to put the link down below for that. You should be able to find the timestamp and jump straight to the interpretation. Okay, so past heart space, please, for Taurus. I nearly said Pisces then. I don't know, maybe you're connecting with her. I've got too many cards. I'll show you what they are. So the Sun, the Page of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords. I'm going to put them back in because I'm not sure if they were meant to come out, and I only need 1 card or 2 cards potentially for the past heart space. So you may be connecting with a Pisces, so maybe check out their readings as well, see if there's anything relevant there. You may have Pisces in other placements in your chart. I'm going to put a link in the description so that you can go and find your natal chart and work out all the different placements of where the planets were in which sign for you when you were born. It's really interesting, definitely worth checking that out. Now, it's funny because I felt really calm this morning, and now I'm feeling, now that I'm going into your energy, I'm feeling really quite anxious. I don't know why. So maybe you have had that time of introspection, and now you're moving into a time of action, perhaps. Yeah, I just felt a heart pull. I think I might be right about that. Okay, focus. Past heart space, please, for Taurus. Past heart space, please, for Taurus. Thank you. Ooh, you have the King of Wands. Oh, he looks... I thought he was a magician, but he's got blood on his mouth, so maybe he's a vampire. Interesting. I'm noticing the lions in the background as well. Lions might be relevant to you. You may have had to be quite strong in the past. Is this a snake? This looks like the tail of a snake as well. Yeah, so the King of Wands is someone who is very passionate, very creative. They're a leader. They go for what they want. They don't mess around. They see it, they want it, they go for it. Is this some kind of... I thought maybe he had a key or something on his chest, but no, he doesn't appear to be. There's a sense maybe again that there's been some kind of confrontation or some kind of battle around you. I'm noticing those gates as well behind him. It's like the gates are closed. Maybe that might be relevant to you in some way. I'm sorry if you hear the occasional shout. My children are playing Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare, and they get quite into it, so there may be the occasional yell coming from the lounge. I have asked them to be a little bit quieter while I'm filming, but the children, so yeah, there's limits to how quiet they can be. Okay. Ooh, current heart space. Ah, interesting. So it's the Knight of Swords, and it's in reverse. Now, I think that's very significant, actually, that it really wanted me to talk about it in the upright before the reading, and now it's coming out in the reverse. I feel like you're currently... This is the energy that you were in, this kind of reflective energy, and now you're moving into action mode, I feel. You're facing the future. So maybe there was something that happened that felt a little bit like a battle or a confrontation for you in the past. And you took some time to recover from it, and now you're ready for your future. And this is all what you're feeling in your heart space. Let's pull another card. This card's come out quite a few times for me this week. It's the Nine of Swords. It's actually a very, very painful card. It's feeling like all your thoughts are overwhelming you. Your thoughts are causing you quite a lot of pain. You may be overthinking things. You may have anxiety, maybe a touch of depression. So if you're stuck in this energy for too long, please do reach out to others for support. Don't sort of dwell in this energy for too long on your own. You can see she's sort of wrapping her arms around herself, head down, really sort of really taking the time out to almost just have a really good cry and just release it all. It's like your heart... I'm sorry that this is in your future heart space, but we'll find out more about what's going on and we'll get some advice. But this is... Perhaps your thoughts are overwhelming your emotions. You may need to connect back to your heart space and your intuition to find out what the right thing is to do based on your instincts, rather than trying to overthink everything, which just gets you into a painful space. On the underlying, you have, the Seven of Wands. I did get the sense that you perhaps needed to have a bit of a battle of some kind. You needed to perhaps stand up for something, or to almost defend yourself. Again, we'll pull more cards and we'll find out what's going on for you there. I do want to try and get this first set of cards out quite quickly. Okay, past thoughts, please. Now, so interesting when this happens. You have the King of Wands in your heart space and you have the King of Wands in your thoughts. This is why I use different decks, because you can get these kind of... you couldn't get this with one deck, and it tells you quite a lot. If you're thinking of someone, there may be someone in your life who is your King of Wands, and it's someone who's very, very passionate. It's very interesting as well that they're both vampires. Have you had someone who has been quite aggressive in your life? Someone who goes out, takes what they want, perhaps doesn't really think about the consequences of their actions? Has someone been a vampire in your life? Or do you kind of wish someone would just come along and take you like this? So your heart and your headspace are aligned, Taurus, or they were aligned in the past. This King of Wands is here. It could be you. It could be you feeling very, very passionate, feeling like you're going to go out and sort of conquer the world. It is somewhat aggressive, though. Let's find out more about your current headspace. The Knight of Pentacles. So you're interesting. Your reading is so interesting. I can't get my words out so far because you've got this King of Wands in your heart and your head, and then you've got two knights here. Perhaps there's a choice between two different energies, two different people in your life. Perhaps one is turning away and one is bringing in an offer, potentially. I will pull more cards and find out more. That's just the initial guess. I'm going to say it was a guess. That's the initial guess. I will interpret them a bit more closely. Yeah, so it's this battling energy again, like the Seven of Wands that you had in your underlying. You also have the Five of Wands here coming up in your future thoughts. So you're expecting a battle. You're expecting arguments. You're expecting confrontation. You may be thinking, how am I going to navigate this situation? You may be, I'm getting that you're ready to fight. You're ready to fight for something or against something. We'll find out again more when I pull some clarifiers. Oh, ouch. In the underlying, you have the Devil. I'm not going to go too much into that right now. It's not always a negative card. It can be sexual energy, which isn't always a negative thing. You have this King of Wands here twice. You have Seven of Wands and Five of Wands. There's a lot of wands in your reading, so this can be sexual energy. She's holding a wand. Yeah, this could be something to do with sexual energy and feeling quite chained, like feeling held back or feeling shame over sexual energy. The Eight of Cups is also trying to peek through there, which is a card about walking away from something, following your true, going on a journey to find meaning in your life, to find the things that are missing from your life. Okay, we're going to move on to the Witch's Tarot now, and this is going to be action space for your past, your present, and your future. Okay, past action space, you have the Chariot. Yeah, there is definitely a lot of action, a lot of passion, a lot of movement in your past. Really sort of going towards something, I feel, that you felt. I'm getting that you felt was yours. You felt entitled to something, or someone felt entitled to you. Let's get one for your current action space. Oh yeah, definitely. So the Hangman. So this is really tying in with this Knight of Swords energy. It's funny that came out at the start of the reading. This is taking a time out, patience, looking at things from a different perspective. And also I noticed the crow on that card, and there's a crow here. Really pay attention if there are blackbirds around your house. If you see blackbirds, what are you thinking at the time that you see them? That might be something significant. Look at the behaviour of blackbirds around your house. They may be trying to send you messages. Ravens or crows are definitely significant for you today. You have the Five of Swords. No, I'm not. Ignore that. Pretend you didn't see that. The Five of Swords, though, is a card about arguments again. The Ten of Swords in your future action space. So there's something that you're cutting out of your life. There's something that you're ending. You may have felt stabbed in the back over a situation. Yeah, it looks like a very, very painful card. It can be painful, especially with the Nine of Swords in your heart space and the Five of Wands in your thoughts. Whatever this is, when it happens, it can feel painful, but just know that it's for a reason, because the universe is trying to get you on the right track. You may be on a track that isn't thoroughly suitable for you. And this is the universe trying to realign you onto a track that is better suited for you. So just try and trust that this process is for your utmost good, even though it's painful at the time. Oh no, you had the devil in your underline that, and you have this is the devil card in this pack, the shadow side. This is negative feelings, your own thoughts that hold you back, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like you'll never achieve your goals. Yeah, I'm not surprised though if it looks like you have some very challenging energy coming up for you. And I'm not trying to scare you. This is almost like advice to help you navigate whatever is coming up for you. And the future hasn't happened yet, so this could serve as a kind of a heads up to say this can be avoided, or this can, even if it does happen, you can handle this in a way that it's less painful for you, because you know that you've had the forewarning, and you know that it's ultimately going to put you onto a brand new fresh start on something that's much more suitable for you. But this, if you are feeling this shadow side energy, this doubt, feeling like you're not good enough, you know that is devil energy. That's negative energy. It doesn't serve you, and you should try to seek support, professional support if you have to. Ask friends and family for help. But just if you feel those negative thoughts creeping in of I'm not good enough, I can't do this, just go and look in the mirror and say I can do this. I am good enough. And the more you do that, even if it feels false at first, the more you do that, the more you tell yourself you're good enough, the more natural it feels. Fake it till you make it, Taurus. You can do this. I've got your back. Okay, I'm going to pull some clarifiers now from the Lisa Parker Tarot Familiar deck. I completely forgot the name of it then. So yeah, we're going to see the Queen of Wands. It's funny that the first one that I pick up is the counterpart to this King of Wands. We're going to see... we're going to get some more information on these cards, find out what's really going on. I'm going to pull the cards and take a moment to interpret them, and then I'll be back with you. Okay, Taurus. With the clarifiers, what I'm seeing is that there was something in your past that you went for, or someone went for, involving this King of Wands. Now again, this King of Wands could be you, or it could be someone else. I'm getting that it more than likely was the other energy, because I think that they looked really good. You know, the King of Wands is someone who is very charismatic, very attractive, a leader. They pull people to them. However, with both of these King of Wands being vampires, I think that perhaps this was kind of a negative King of Wands. It was someone who caused some pain to you. We had the Lovers in reverse in the heart space, along with the Sun as well in the thoughts. So I think that you felt like this person was your son. You felt like this person was the person who was going to pull you out of some kind of darkness, because you have this Nine of Swords in reverse here as well in your past thoughts. So perhaps you were already feeling quite down and in pain, and you thought that this King of Wands was the person who was going to lift you out of that. You thought they were going to be your sunshine, but they weren't. The Lovers in reverse, the Sun in reverse. The Lovers can be about a third party situation sometimes as well, but I'm getting more that perhaps you just weren't compatible. You know, we have this little Red Riding Hood and a wolf. Maybe it just wasn't really a match. Things were too different. Although you do have a wolf over here as an Ace of Pentacles, so there may be a sense of, if you really feel like this person is for you, there may be a sense of coming back around to them in the future and giving it a second chance. But there's definitely some healing, I feel, that needs to take place on both sides if this is to come together. We have the devil twice So you and this other person may need to really do some soul searching. I feel like you're already doing it with this Knight of Swords here, and the Hanged Man in your current energies. This, really working out if you have any kind of addictions or negative behaviour patterns, really working on those to try and lift yourself out of them, and just to recognise, I think a lot of the time recognition of your own behaviour can lead to a lot of healing. Here we have the Knight of Cups as well, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Chariot. So there's a sense of a lot of movement, a lot of action happening, a lot of offers being made, a lot of plans being made, this feeling of wanting to put things into action. But the Knight of Swords in reverse is someone who, he's stuck the sword in the ground, there's no action right now, but he is looking forwards now. There is definitely an offer being made here. We have the Knight of Pentacles sort of giving this this owl, this pentacle, I feel, to bring forward to you, and then this crow is bringing this pentacle in here to the Hanged Man. So there is, it may be someone giving you an offer, or coming up with some kind of tangible plan of action, some kind of, possibly some sort of strategy here. It may be an actual physical gift. It could be an engagement ring, for example. It could be, normally these things are quite small. It could literally be with the two birds and the crow as well on that card. It could be a simple message, a tweet with a bit of information in. So do watch out for messages and opportunities coming via email, Facebook, social media. There's something there, something tangible. As well with this, in your current thoughts, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Now the Nine of Pentacles is someone who is independent, who's good on their own, who's self-sufficient. But I feel like this pentacle that's coming in is going to be your 10th pentacle. It's going to be the completion. It's sort of everything you physically and materially need is being offered to you here. I feel like you're indecisive though about whether or not you should take whatever this offer is. You've been trying to balance yourself here. The Chariot can be a choice that has to be made, and the Six of Pentacles is a card about balancing out, sharing, equal give and take. So I feel like you're trying to bring these two sides of yourself, these two opportunities together, or to weigh up your options and see which option is the best one to take. But I do feel like this almost indecision of what to do is causing all this negative energy with the Nine of Swords. It's really overthinking, really sort of giving yourself pain with your thoughts. And I also notice actually the way that these two cards are set out. Yeah, under the shadow side, you want to be the fool. You just want to take the leap and go for it, but your thoughts are holding you back. I notice the way that these two cards are situated, that we have this kind of light shining in here, and this person's kind of cowering away from it, and so is this person, but the light's shining down directly onto you. Now I don't know if this is kind of like a negative light of negative thoughts and you're sat in it, you're sat in those thoughts, or if this is a kind of like a lifeline from the universe trying to wake you up, trying to motivate you and get you out of this very, very negative, self-destructive energy. It's like, oh no, I've broke the mirror, I'm going to have 7 years bad luck. It's that kind of thinking. No, you're not going to have 7 years bad luck for breaking a mirror, but if you believe it, then you're going to sort of manifest that bad luck around you. You need to lift your head up and really get out of this. It's good to think things through, it's good to have thoughts, but you shouldn't let your thoughts overrule your intuition and your heart space. What's causing this Nine of Swords in your future heart space is this Five of Wands that's in your head space. I really have this sense of you being really quite very conflicted, very very fiery in your headspace. You may be feeling quite hot-headed. Hot-headed is what I'm getting here. And what is causing this is the Ten of Cups. You want to be happy. And you know, Taurus, you deserve to be happy. The Ten of Cups is emotional fulfillment, emotional happiness. But you have the Ten of Cups in your headspace and the thoughts in your heart space. So you're not balanced. You're not in alignment here. And I feel like this is causing this conflict. So try and, when making decisions regarding what's going to make you happy, trust your heart space, trust your intuition, trust that pull inside your chest that pulls you towards something, because that's where your happiness lies. That's where the universe is trying to lead you. Where if you overthink it too much and you start to think, oh, but this might happen and this might happen, and what do I do about this? How do I get the money together? You need to release that. And when it starts to cause you pain and when it starts to cloud your judgment, you need to just release it. Trust your intuition. Trust that you can work things out as you go along. You know, take the hurdles as you come to them. One of my favourite sayings is fortune favours the bold. Fortune and love favour the bold. If you don't take the risk, if you don't try, you'll never know. That's a Coldplay song. If you never try, you'll never know. Fix You by Coldplay. So there you go, you've got another song there. I'm going to write it down before I forget. Okay, there we go. So, yeah. I feel that now though, Taurus, after watching this video, you're going to be more prepared for this. You're going to be aware of this when it happens. You're going to be more willing to trust your instincts. And when you feel those shadow thoughts creeping in, that devil energy creeping in and telling you you're not good enough, you're going to fail, anything like that, just push those thoughts aside. You know, take the time to think things through where it suits. How am I going to get my passport? How am I going to pay for my car insurance? And make a plan. Like this Knight of Pentacles, you're making a plan. Oh my goodness, I just had an invasion. I had my daughter came upstairs sneezing. You can probably still hear her. My daughter's sneezing. My little boy is asking me if he can have some chocolate. I'm getting text messages. It's all going off at once. So you may find that it all happens at once for you, Taurus, in your future. So yeah, so in your action space, there is an ending. There is something that's being cut out completely. What I'm hoping for, Taurus, is that what's being cut out is this negative attitude, this you telling yourself you're not good enough. You are good enough. Or actually, do you know, I'm getting that it may be someone around you that has caused this in you. You may have someone around you who's very critical, who's always saying, oh, do you know, if you just did that, then maybe you could try it this way, which actually they think they're being helpful, but it is a form of criticism. And over time, that kind of, that does have an effect on you. So if there's someone around you who is telling you these things, just know that you can't change that person. You can't change the way that they are. Accept that they're trying to help you, but do not take that attitude to heart. Don't let their criticisms affect you. You stay true to your heart. Stay true to what you know. Okay, let's get a card from the Akashic Tarot and see what advice they have for you here, because I feel like you need the advice today. Now, I only take these in the upright, no matter which way they come out. You have two cards. You have commitment, and you have wishes fulfilled. So there may be a commitment that needs to be made, which will lead to your fulfillment of wishes. You do have this Ten of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles in your future heart space. So this is a new plan that will lead to your happiness, an offer that will lead to your happiness. I'm sorry, someone just was quite determined to send me several text messages back to back, which is not the best thing for me when I'm filming on my phone. So I just paused to send them a message to say, stop texting me, I will ring you back in a minute. Okay. So, I'm sorry we've had so many disruptions, Taurus. Maybe you've been feeling that you've had a lot of disruptions in your life recently. Right, commitment. So we have roses are scattered around a contract on a brightly lit desk. When this card appears upright, it means that a valuable union is at hand. A romantic commitment may be coming your way, or perhaps a love from your past lives is returning to you. It's funny actually, because those messages started to come in at 11:11. And the person was going, "Oh, I text you at 11:11." So, perhaps a love from your past lives is returning to you, or a romantic commitment may be coming your way. A business commitment may be forthcoming, such as the offer of a promotion or a new job, or the opportunity to form a partnership or create a new business venture. Now we do have that Ace of Pentacles there. This is the offer coming in. So currently I feel this offer is currently being made, it's currently being sent, and you have the opportunity to take it in your future. So you may not even be aware of this yet. This may be behind the scenes, people working without you knowing. They may have seen you, they may be ready to make this offer to you. This card could also indicate the signing of other types of papers, including the sale or purchase of a house or the beginning of a new investment. So I just need to turn the page. Either way, this card is filled with light, and it indicates that good results are in the offing. As with many cards, part of the meaning refers to you. It is a reminder to be conscious of your commitment to yourself. If you want others to put you first or help bring happiness into your life, then you must commit to do the same. Your self-honouring choices will set the groundwork for all your partnerships to thrive. See, I love that the cards do this to us. This ties in so well with what I've been saying here about not working on yourself here with this Knight of Swords, not letting your doubts and fears hold you back. Fight for your happiness, fight for yourself. This offer is on its way into you. It may come, I feel, by there's communication here with the birds, so this may be an email or social media. Keep your wits about you. Trust that the universe is trying to help you. Trust that everything is for your highest good, and tell yourself that you are valuable. You deserve to have your wishes fulfilled. Yeah, 5 of Keys, wishes fulfilled. It makes me really sad actually to see that there's so much opportunity and hope here. The universe is really working here for you, and the only thing blocking you with this 2 of Swords, the only thing holding you back, is your own shadow side, your own doubts and fears. And if you weren't aware of this, if you didn't know you were doing this, this reading is the key to unlock this self-discovery for you of not letting those shadow side, not letting that devil energy hold you back. It's coming from within yourself, and as soon as you recognize it for what it is and release it and move past it, you've got all this light and offers and abundance coming in. You can do it, Taurus. The Taurians I know in my life are such amazing people. When they really know how to put the work in, they really know how to go for something when they've decided that they want it, and they're so steady and they're so focused and determined and passionate. And one's energy is fire energy. Taurus is an earth sign, but I can definitely recognize this fire energy within my Taurus friends, of really getting, especially if they've got a kind of project or an idea that they're putting into action. That's when that one's energy fires up for a Taurus. I've got a lot of respect for your sign. You've definitely got this. Okay, wishes fulfilled. The scene is a bright and full storeroom, a larder for a sizable and successful estate. Inside are keys and queens, wine and spices. Also within the room are a number of baskets filled with a bounty of fruits, vegetables, breads, flowers, sugars and grains. Even the many windows look out at the expanse of your world. This card is a sign that the time has come for your wishes to be fulfilled and your dreams to be realised. Difficulties may have challenged you for a time. Well, we know that there's been difficulties, don't we, Taurus? You don't have to tell us that. But even in these, victory is assured. There is an abundance of sweet meat, sweet hearts, sweet feet, sweet nourishments. That makes more sense. Sweet nourishments and acquired lands coming. The keys to the castle are yours. Celebrate. And there's also this little bit of advice, which you may or may not take to, but I'll read it anyway. Close your eyes and feel someone hand you a set of golden keys. One of them opens the most important door before you. Open the door and see what lies ahead. So if you want to do a little bit of meditation or a little bit of dream work and imagine what the most important door is for you and what lies behind that door, that may help you refocus and set your goals. Well, there you go, Taurus. Wishes fulfilled. The calm beyond the storm. Try and keep this in your focus, and I feel that you'll pull through. Take care, Taurus. Bye bye.